Hello, hello. I hope everybody is having a fabulous Sunday. I know that here in Texas it's 10 o'clock. It is past my bedtime, but who's counting who or who's going to see what time I go to bed? Anyway, I'm so excited to be here. Welcome to Michelle's Inspiration Hour. And I just hope that you get inspired during this hour and for this week. And I cannot believe that is actually the end of April. We only have one more week. I started the show to have inspiration because a lot of people need inspiration to begin the week. Sometimes you need that motivation, right? And so, yeah, so hopefully I will be able to do that if you are here. And I'm going to check on Facebook too to see if I'm live because it's really not showing me that I'm live. So I'm going to just double check. You know how technology is, you just never know. So I'm going to check really quick and see if I'm live. With Be Live, sometimes it's a little bit behind. I love Be Live because I get to show pictures. I get to do all this wonderful stuff, but it is actually oh, good. I am live. Okay. I just wanted to make sure. So the other day I actually started for the first time and I wasn't seeing anything. So I had to restart everything. But I love technology. Oh my goodness. Y'all are already getting on. This is awesome. Anita, hello, hello. You were there the other night and I changed the time and you are still here, girl. Awesome. So good to see you as well. Yes, it has been way too long. And I just thought I'll just do the show at different times. And you're right, Tammy, it has been oh, you got the notification. That's good. Okay. Well, that's good. Yeah, it has been a long time. And I don't know, you weren't here at the last show. But it just like I woke up one night and I had this inspiration that I needed to start another show. And what's interesting about this is I really feel like there's not going to be a set time. So each week it's going to be at a different time. So you might still have to get those notifications just so that I can see people in different time zones. And I was just looking around and I'm thinking, okay, the only people who are not going to bed at this time are maybe Californians, unless you're a night owl, and then Australians. Okay. Now they're in the afternoon. Now, everybody in Britain, it is definitely morning time. And I'm talking about after midnight. So I am so glad to see you guys. And so thank you so much. And hopefully you will be able to get inspired. And just like the other show, and a lot of you are going, what kind of show? Okay, I had Wine and Spirit show, and it was so much fun. But being a teacher, always have to have like a little lesson at the beginning, and then I'll do readings. And of course, the readings that I'm doing now, it's just a one card reading, for you, so that you can make it through the week. Like I said, we need motivation. Oh, let's see what Tammy says. She says, I was in Disney. I believe you were live before oh, yes. Okay. I live before I am right. Oh, you are a night owl. And usually I am a night owl, but because I am working in the school system right now, part-time, just part-time, I go to bed much earlier than I used to. But during the summer, yes, I am the same thing, Tammy. I love to go at night. So I would love a weekly guidance. Well, good. And so, yeah, so each week will be even a different day. So hopefully we'll get that. And I'm going to go on weekly just at different days and times. I thought it would be, a lot of fun. But last time I was on, I know that when I was doing a psychic reading, there was somebody who actually was going through stages of grief. And I thought that I would kind of touch base on that because it's really important. And especially if you are trying to get psychic readings or mediumship readings and you just have had a loved one that passed away and you're going through stages of grief, sometimes it's not good to have a reading, especially when you are going through denial and anger. And if you feel like you're at that stage, you're not going to be able to get that inspirational message or a message from a loved one because you are still grieving. Now, the information that I'm going to give you is from Kubler Ross. It's a video on YouTube. It has all this information. So I wish I could take the credit for it, but it's not my information to say that it's mine. So we'll go through this, and then after this, then yes, I will do some inspirational messages. Okay. All right. And it's very interesting. And I know that the other night, Anita was on with me, and it was like 20 minutes after the hour. It seemed like everybody else got notifications and they started coming on. And so it's like I was reading, I'd finished with one reading, and somebody else came. Okay, so the first stage that we usually go through is denial. And of course, whenever you're going through grievance, okay, it doesn't mean that it's just a loved one who has passed on. Sometimes it's a divorce, it's the end of a relationship of a best friend, it's a death of a loved one, job loss, or illness. Okay, so all these things that happen in life. So again, if you're going for a psychic reading and you're wanting guidance, sometimes you won't be able to hear that guidance when you're in this stage. So, like, and I love these examples. It just made better sense to me. Like, if you are going through a divorce, you're just all upset and thinking this will be over tomorrow. So, you're definitely in denial. Death of a loved one, you may say, I can't believe she's gone. She cannot be gone. And you're just kind of in that numb stage, and you're thinking, okay, she's going to come around any second. She's going to call me at any time. Or if you have a job loss, like, oh my gosh, they just fired me, and they are mistaken. They will call tomorrow to say that they really need you. So that is, to me, the most difficult stage of all, is just getting through that denial stage. Now, the anger stage is, and I have given some psychic readings and mediumship with this, and I mean, these people, and you could feel their energy being so angry, and it's very, very difficult. It's almost like it's okay, and so I bring them love and light energy. But if you're going through a divorce in this stage, sometimes you'll feel like, oh, I hate my spouse. He or she will regret leaving me, or the job loss. And then you start blaming them. They are just terrible bosses. I hope they fail. I hope the company goes under. Or a death of a loved one. If she cared for herself more, this would have never happened. So you start trying to get angry at the person, or why did they leave me? That is another thing that you go through with the anger. All right, so let's go through the next set. There's 5 stages, so hang in there. So bargaining, this is a stage where you start asking questions and you're past that anger, but you're just kind of thinking about, well, what if? So a divorce, if only I had spent time with her, she would have stayed. Okay. Or job loss, man, I should have worked more hours, weekends, they would have left me alone and let me do my job, right? Or a death of a loved one. If I only called her that night, she wouldn't have been gone. So that's kind of just like bargaining and questioning and really thinking through things. Now with depression, it's like, why go on at all? That's whenever you can't get out of bed, and you've just got to embrace it and just feel these feelings that you're feeling. Okay, that way you get through all of this. In a job loss, I don't know how to move forward from here. And then the death of a loved one, what am I going to do without her? And so, a lot of times it's like, how am I going to get out of bed and do my daily chores or my work or whatever? And again, you've got to do some self-care for yourself. The last stage is accepting, okay? Divorce. Ultimately, this was a healthy choice for me. Job loss, I'll be able to find a way forward from here and can start a new pathway, which I absolutely love that with jobs. And a death of a loved one, I am so fortunate to have so many wonderful years. With him or her, it should be her, will always be in my memories. So that's when you really start thinking about how this person changed your life and all the memories. So that's when you're actually accepting it. But of course, when we go through all these stages, everybody says, oh, yeah, we go through it, linear, but yeah, not a lot of times. A lot of times you'll go back and forth, back and forth. So again, if you're going through these stages, just remember, it is not good to have a psychic reading, especially during denial and anger. Yeah, you don't want to hurt the person who is connecting with your loved one, especially if you're in an angry stage. Okay. All right. So I just felt that it was really important because the last show that we had to talk about that, I thought, you know what, it would be good just to kind of cover it and just kind of remind you because it's really important, especially if you are a new psychic medium and for the first time you're doing readings, you really need to know the grieving stages because if you have a client that's in front of you and they can't keep it together, then you need to know, think about what stage that they're in. So most definitely. Hey, Kimberly, how are you doing, my dear? Oh my gosh, you caught me. Good to see you again. So yeah, so if you're practicing psychic medium, you definitely need to, and especially when you're working with people who are grieving, you need to know those different stages. Okay. So that's why, once in a while we need to review. And again, sometimes you bounce around depending on when you get triggered. Okay. All right. So guess what? You made it through. All right. And I know that sometimes when you're looking at the different stages and you are going through the grieving, that can also trigger you. So let's do some inspirations of the week. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull some cards. And I know Kimberly and Anita, I think it was on Wednesday, but that was last week. So this is a brand new week. So we're going to do another card for you if you want your reading. And excuse me, for some reason, my nose just all of a sudden, and they say sometimes when your nose runs like this, it's spirit, or, I call it allergies. So, okay. So let me know if you're still here, Kimberly, Tammy, and Anita. Or if you are not if you're not here, if you're here and you have not let me know that you are here and you want an inspiration of the week and I will pull a card for you, let me know. Would love a message. Okay. Yes, ma'am. All right, let's do it, Tammy. And like you said, it has been a long time. But again, this is a different platform. I'm only doing it for this week. So again, so we'll see what I am being pulled. Okay, hold on. And my gig is always have to do some doodling. Okay. So Anita as well and Kimberly. Okay. Let me write y'all's name down just in case somebody comes in. Tammy, again, I just love your energy. Okay. I have 3 decks and of course I'm going to choose of how I'm feeling that you need to what I'm being drawn, what spirit is kind of getting me drawn to. And Tammy, I really feel like you need movement in your life, okay? You've got that wonderful energy and it just to me I for some reason I'm just hearing the word humor that right now, you're just anything that happens stressful in your life, you're using humor, which is really good. But I just feel like I need to draw a cosmic dancer, which is a movement card for you. Oh, okay. I'm hearing top, so that's easy enough. Oh, being magnetized. I love this. But see, you're up here late at night. So, all right. So, what this means, I need to turn my camera around. But this week, what you really need to do is keep your energy up. And what I'm really feeling is your positive energy, just like I said about that humor. So, you really need to keep an uplift. And each day that you wake up in the morning, just find gratitude as soon as you get out of bed and that will raise up your energy and I'm kind of feeling that after lunch and a lot of us are like this, your energy kind of goes down a little bit, but just magnetize it, really get it going, because what you'll be doing is you'll get so much positive energy, then you will actually see the results and you'll be able to help others find that positivity. All right, Tammy. So I hope that helped. And I mean, awesome. Thank you so much for coming. And I hope that resonates with you. And you may want to also put it on a sticky note and put it on your mirror so that when you're getting ready each morning, that you see that, keep that positive energy and just so because people are just gonna, you'll radiate this week. Okay. You're welcome, Tammy. Okay. Let me get to Kimberly. Oh, wait. Yeah, let's do Kimberly. Would love such. Okay, there you go. Okay. I'm laughing because I'm getting the feeling that tomorrow is, you're going, it's another week, that you're going to have to go back into the routine of work weekend, right? It's good to see you, Tammy. Um, and it's almost like, oh, here we go again. Okay. It's almost like you needing that positivity as well. But I'm going to pull out more of the spiritual card for you this week. And I feel like I just need to shake them up a little bit. And Kimberly, I'm really feeling that this week you may get um, some challenges. It's almost like you're kind of regretting starting the week. Let me see what, okay. So stand up. Now, this card, and I think I've told a lot of people, I usually don't go with the meaning because it says animal bond, stand up for the animals. But what I'm really feeling for you this week is you need to stand up for yourself, make those boundaries, okay? And really stand up who you stand up for. It's almost like your throat chakra, you need to speak your truth. And I'm really talking about, for some reason, it's work related, and set those boundaries. And of course, they didn't, um, in a way that it's not going to offend anybody. Of course, when I say speak your truth, but you're going to do great with it. But just make sure that you do have those boundaries up and that you speak your truth. Okay, that's my thought. I have been for 2 weeks. Going back to work tomorrow, but yeah. So definitely speak your truth, Kimberly, and set those boundaries. And if you don't agree with something, and I know that a lot of times at work you cannot really talk about it, that you don't agree with it, but there's a way that you can state it where you're kind of letting them know that you don't agree with it, even though you'll do it. It's almost that political correctness, I think, is what they said. So thank you, Kimberly. Good to see you again this week. Oh, awesome, awesome. Okay. Oh, that's Tammy saying, laughed out loud. That's my thoughts. Okay. Well, hopefully, Kimberly, that resonates with you too. When I read that, I was thinking that was Tammy. Okay. All right. I was thinking that was you instead of Tammy. All right. So, Anita, let's go for you. Okay. I'm just seeing which one I want to go to. And I am going to these cards that have a lot of color for some reason. I'm just feeling that this week, and then, with your energy and everything, I'm really feeling that you're very laid back and that very spiritual and that intuitiveness. And I think that you do have that positivity, to make it through the week. But I feel like you also need to add that creativity and that color as well, because that kind of gets your intuition going, and just expressing yourself, because that's how you I think really enjoy life, and you find yourself better that way. All right, so, oh, nurture. I love this. Okay. And it's very interesting because yeah, and it goes with your chakra, with your heart chakra. So whenever it says nurture, that's really looking at your heart. Okay. So you really need to nurture yourself, and really, and again, add more color into your life. And I don't know why, something creative that you enjoy, and that will really, you'll get to know yourself more. You'll be able to self-express, and also it gets that stress out, right? And I know, because a lot of times, and you're an empath and you're pulling everything in. So I do color magic every day. Okay, well, awesome. And I'm not really for sure what color magic is. I mean, I'll have to look it up. But what I'm really feeling is, to addition to that, it's almost, and I don't know what color magic is, so I may be double dipping you, but it's almost like you need to create something. And I mean something materialistic. Okay. And something, and it just it doesn't have to be every day. It's just some project that you need to do this week. And I'll give you an example. Um, I am taking an art class online. Okay. I'm newly awakened. Okay. Awesome. All right. And so with you, and it may be the same thing, but what I like to do is I meditate, and then I bring out my colors, my colored pencils, and sometimes I'll doodle, or I will start just writing down things or coloring, like if a tree comes to mind, I'll draw a tree and then I'll have a message with it. So you may want to add, more of the art stuff and really create, and after meditating, and see if you can get a message or two. And again, that will really open up your conscious, get your subconscious out of the way so that you can really feel that soul of yours. Okay. All right. Well, good. Okay. Date book. I'm going to have to do some research. You're actually teaching me. I love color. I absolutely love color. Okay. Well, that is awesome. A date book color of the day. Good, good, good. And so if you don't feel, if I'm saying something, you're going, I'm not going to, I don't feel like I need to create anything. So that if since color came up, I think that you need to continue that each week, okay? Because you are definitely benefiting from that color, girl. All right. All right. Let me see if there's anybody else. I don't think anybody else has joined us, and which is fine. And so again, it will be next week. So it'll be in May when I come back on. And I am not for sure what time or what day. I'm going to go with wherever I'm drawn. But I will tell you, I've done an afternoon, I've done an evening. So I may be doing a morning. So, in the morning time. So I'm trying to hit all the different time zones. I just don't know what day yet. Okay. So definitely look at my Facebook page. I'm sending you love and light, and have a wonderful week. And Inspired, y'all are so special. Thank you for listening. And if you're watching it after the live, please say hello, because I always love to see who watches it after the recording. What I'm going to leave you with is this saying, okay? And I'm going to leave it up on the screen for a few minutes so that you can read it. And yes, it's about grievance, okay? Thank you so much, and y'all have a wonderful week.